Former Premier and Liberal leader Dalton McGuinty visited the Art Gallery of Burlington Monday night to share some experiences and answer questions from a small congregation about his tenure at Queen's Park.
Pleased to have former Premier Dalton McGuinty in Burlington to talk about his book, which really talks about not just his years in public life, his 23 years in public life as a former Premier of Ontario, but also some of the challenges he had making decisions, some of the decisions that were made while he was at the helm, the lessons that he learned from governing. I've known Dalton for 20 years. I first worked on his leadership campaign in 1996. We became acquainted through a mutual friend of mine who I'd worked on the Hill with, and I knew of Dalton certainly. We had some conversations early on about his decision to run for the leadership, and some very meaningful conversations, I thought, and then he asked me to join his leadership team, which I was more than pleased to do, and I did media relations for him during his campaign, and spent that historical evening with him and his family on the evening of December the 1st, 1996, when he was crowned the leader of the Liberal Party of Ontario.
The former Premier shared some of his reflections on why he chose to write the book.
I wanted to share with people a little bit more about who I am, how I got into politics in the first place, what I did and why I did it. And in particular, I want to invite young people to consider making a difference through politics. It is a contact sport, there's no doubt about that, but it's also very rewarding to be in a place where you can shape ideas into practical things that improve quality of life for your community.
And as for any favorite moments?
Well, when you have to look back at 25 years of your life, you're always keen on bringing out those parts of it that were especially enjoyable. But the fact of the matter is, in all our lives, there are some parts that are a little less enjoyable. My dad passed away, and that's how I got into politics. I learned the hard way about certain kinds of things in politics. I think together with my colleagues in government, we enjoyed a lot of successes, but we also came up short, and I wanted to be honest about that in the book so that people get a good sense of what politics is all about. And in the end, I hope that they will gather that it can be a very rewarding experience.
Dalton McGuinty's book, Making a Difference, can be found at better bookstores or online at amazon.ca. For Halton Insider, I'm Anthony Luongo.